Hey guys, welcome to the Heart of David. There are a few messages in this. My first, which is about narcissist, conversational inducement. I don't want to say one message is more important over the other. In any case, I'm going to talk about narcissistic, covert narcissistic, conversational inducement, what it means, how to avoid it, and you just have to learn what this is. My other message is about, is just my own take on the 144,000. It's just a brief thing. And what else did I want to talk about? I just want to get to this because people tend to turn away from a video if you don't get to the subject. So I want to talk to you about what God has done in my life. So stay tuned for the end. I'm also going to play I'm not going to play it. I'm going to leave a link. I want you to watch from a lawyer talking about covert narcissists, women covert narcissists. So when I'm saying this, don't think that I'm taking one side over the other. Guys, I study these things. I've already studied all the different, I've studied bipolar, all the narcissistic personality disorders. I've studied them all already. And in any case, one thing that they're getting wrong is this, that men are the narcissists in this world, and that just is not true. I believe the stats say it's about half and half, but that women can be a lot more brutal. You heard me. They can be a lot more insidious, and they're worse. Why are they worse? Because they can get away with a lot of stuff. And just in society today, with marriage and sorry, my glasses, I gotta do them. With the way that it is set up right now in society, women can get away with a lot of stuff. They're believed for a lot of stuff, okay? And they can take a lot of stuff. It's truly unfair, and I believe in my heart that the end times are coming. And you know how Jesus came when he came at the perfect time. He came when the Pharisees were probably at their worst. Well, I believe Jesus is going to come like the days of Noah at its worst. There's a reason why there's MGTOW and those types of things. But I'm also speaking about male ones too, covert. I'm gonna focus in on just the covert type because they're not as easily detectable, because they're a different type, because they have anxiety in there. In any case, just give me a little break here. I have a lot to say. I'm going to try to catch my breath. Just give me a second. I didn't plan on making a video today. But like Jeremiah says, it's just like a fire within me. I just get these ideas to make a video, and so I just wanted to show you this first before I talk about conversational inducement, which will probably be the most important thing you'll learn about a narcissist. I believe so, at least when you're trying to get away from them. This right here, I don't know how well you can see it. It's dark anyways. You see that? This is a World War II, the equivalent of, what is it called again? The Purple Heart, but Japanese. So a soldier actually wore this. I'll just show it very quickly. I have stuff like this, and I'm going to talk about that in the end of my video. Yeah, it's got Japanese writing on the back. I don't know how well you can see it. It's like I don't know if it's supposed to be like a poinsettia type thing or like a blossom. In any case, it's green and red. There it is. Yeah. Conversational inducement. I pray that you've made it away from the narcissist and you understand, you're in some space where you can understand and discern that there is something very wrong. So you've made it away from them, and whether it was you discarding them or the other way around, it doesn't matter. Especially if you were what they would call the grade A supply, and probably even if you weren't. But especially if you were, they're going to come back around and hoover you. So imagine this, like you're trying to explain to them for whatever it is, months. In my case, it was months. I wouldn't tolerate any more than that. But there's people who try to explain away things, which is the right thing to do, but they never listen. No matter what you do, you know what I'm talking about. There is no rationalizing with them. Then all of a sudden, when it's over, you're going to go no contact. Isn't it funny how they suddenly changed? Oh, I see the light, right? That's called a hoover. Keep them blocked for good. Never ever answer any of them. Keep all your emails and all the things that prove that they were the ones that kept coming back to you, because you may need them later. Okay? Trust me, keep them. A hoover is what you would call conversational inducement. It's the most underestimated thing that people never talk about. So I heard it from one man over a year ago. It was probably 2 years ago. And because I had never heard it before in anyone who talked about it, I decided to elaborate on it because it's important for people to know. And I've made this video before, but videos get pushed away and they never get seen again. Pardon me again. I'm eating at the same time here. Yeah. You know when I make my videos, I always make it when I'm about to eat, because the more I speak, the more my stomach acts up, and I become real breathless because of an abdominal disorder. It just makes it easier. So it's called conversational inducement. So if you keep, like, I understand if you want to read those emails, go ahead, but you know what? If you want to read whatever they're sending you, you're stupid. You're stupid. You want to know what they are? Did I read mine? Yeah, I read mine. I was stupid. But I already knew no matter what it said, I wouldn't. You know how they say to erase the emails? There's a lot of videos out there that say, just erase them. Don't even look at them. No, keep them if they speak to the contrary, because they might come back and blame you for something. Then you'll have the evidence, right? We'll just say, well, I have to read it then. It's up to you. But what I'm saying is it is still as stupid, because it may draw you back in. There's a lot of stuff they're going to say, and none of it's true. None of it. They don't love you. They never did love you. There may have been idealization. That's it. You may have some type of love for them. Lose it. They will do anything. Okay, so what's the next stage after you don't answer their emails and stuff like that? They'll send more. They'll apologize. They'll say all types of stuff. They'll blame you, then they'll be good to you. Then they'll blame you, then they'll try to say something to, like to really get you going. So you contact them, right? That's what they want. Why? Because when you start speaking to them, their manipulation is so effective, they'll draw you back in before you know it. You want to kill yourself. I believe we're in the end times because I do believe it's because of these types of people. So if 10% of our population is NPD or borderline personality disorder, and listen, I'm not trying to, this is the way NPD is, and so can BPD. They can be like this. Not all. I'm talking people who are doing criminal stuff, stalking, preying on you. After it does not work, they're going insane, okay? Their next move will be to do stuff on the phone. They'll call you a gazillion times from a ghost number. They'll do something, they'll do anything. There it is. They'll do anything it takes. They'll say something to someone else, so someone else, says, hey, did you say this, or something like that, right? So you can say, I didn't say this. I know who this was. All of a sudden you contact them. All of a sudden, 2 weeks you're having sex with them. That's how it happens. Conversational inducement. All they have to do is get you to talk to them. That's it. So, be careful of the tactics that they're going to try. Don't fall for any of them. Call the police. If it's that bad, call the police. Give me another second here. I think that's about all I have to say on that topic. I felt like I really wanted to say that. It's unfortunate. Can you imagine that 10% of our population does this? And most of the population doesn't know about it? Except for the affected ones. And you remember when you were in it, that you tried to explain to your family or your brother or your friends. They had no clue what you're talking about. They had no clue that you were being preyed upon and sucked for whatever it is out of your life, your soul, your spirit, everything. That's all I have to say about that. I hope that really helps you. Don't fall for anything, and if it comes to it, a lawyer and the cops. Keep everything. Keep all records. Stay like 10 steps ahead of them. I feel bad for you, like I've been through it, and I understand. Covert. There are as many covert narcissist women as there are. There's more covert women than there are men, but narcissists in general, people think it's men. It's not. Go look it up. Go! I'm hyped up. The 144,000 I'm going to talk about this. My abdomen's really hurting, but if you watch my video yesterday, I just figured something out. I knew this, but I didn't know for certain. There are many times I make videos, guys, I have a lot of abdominal pain. At any one time, I can have 3 acute abdominal disorders going on at once. Kidney stones, my gallbladder, which is always there. I'm just used to that one. And so, I have a big scar on my abdomen and adhesions and stuff like that, and the splenic flexure syndrome, it's brutal. When I say I have a kidney stone, most of the time when I say that I do, but there are times when I don't. And I get an attack and it may not even last the whole day. I notice there's something wrong. And so I took pseudoephedrine for a stuffed nose. And what it's doing is, and so I suffer with, obviously, with some type of disorder that makes my, you call them your ureters, your kidneys, your ureters that the stones travel down. They're spasming. I get a lot of those. I eat healthy foods. I get it at times where I shouldn't. And so I guess it's just really hypersensitive. So when you see that, that's why I'm having difficulty in videos. It's not easy making videos when you're agitated and irritable. The 144,000. My edited video that I did, I don't know, it could have been about 4 videos ago. And my topic of speaking on the evil Zionism, which I didn't understand for years. They're not the bloodline. It's all about Jesus Christ. That's all there is to it. Now, if the Jews choose to choose Jesus, then they'll be saved. And I don't know. There could be an extra reward for them for believing. Anyone can become a Jew, but I'm talking about, when I talk about the other, I'm talking about the bloodline. They're European. There's no way around that. In any case, the 144,000. I have a Jehovah's Witness friend, and I haven't seen him in a long time, and I actually am concerned about, that he doesn't believe Jesus is the Son of God, and I always try to point him to things, but don't know if I could even be around him anymore. In any case, why did I say that? Yes, because not anything to do with love. It's just more about me being loving. There's only so much you can do and say. It's blatantly right in front of their faces, and like Isaiah 9, John 1. He said that the 144,000, anyway, go look up the Jehovah's Witnesses, what they think. They think it's them. But this is seen in like so many different sects, denominations. What does this really mean? Are there really going to be 144,000 Jews? And are they really going to be virgins? Like virgins of what? Because that's not biblical, right? We know that. So why would they be virgins? If you watch my video about 4 times ago, I played a Baptist guy. It was a really, really thorough. Wow, he did a good job. But I'm just going to say the end. Those 144,000 were, first of all, when they say virgin in that chapter, they are virgins. It means virgins of idolatry. Not women, not women. It represents the first century church. And what that man said was, and I have to research this myself, but I believe him, that they did account around that time. I don't know what it was, like 50 AD, somewhere around then, the first church, the first fruits. Go read the chapter. I forget which chapter it is. But the 144,000. My stomach. I believe it says in that chapter, they're the first fruits. I'll have to look again. But in any case, they are the first fruits. They were the first Christians. That's them. They did account. I don't know if you said it was Eusebius who did it. In any case, someone did to count the Christians. That makes sense that they would have in the first century church around. In any case, they stopped at counting. They stopped counting at 100,000. They knew there was 100,000. So it makes sense that it would be them. They were the first fruits, and you and I are likely one of the last. Pardon me. They are a type. You know how like there's a type of Christ? They are a type of us. I always knew in my heart that the 144,000 had to be born again Christians. There's no other way around it. It doesn't make sense why Jesus would call just like Jewish any case. I think you understand. They're born again Christians. They're the first ones. Now I'm going to have to look that up myself to see. Remember, I'm going to see how many there were. I believe him. But make sure at the end of this video to watch this lawyer, okay? I'm going to put this in. Please watch it because it will help you if you're a man. If you're a man, it will help you either way, but he's talking about women. It's a very serious topic. These people will take you down. They don't care if you die. They don't care if you die by suicide. My story. You know when this happened to me? That's when they did it to me. I was going through hell. Absolute hell. I don't like bringing this onto my channel, but if this will help people, I absolutely will. Suspected myocarditis. And then there was so much more to it. I had an allergic reaction. And I was sick for a long time. And that's when they chose to do it. They don't care. You're on your deathbed, they don't care. I'm going to pace, and then I'm going to talk about what God has done in my life. When I go to make a video, I can feel all revved up and good. And like if I didn't have these abdominal issues and spasms in my throat, I wouldn't have an issue. I could stand here for hours. But sometimes I go to speak, and then all of a sudden my stomach, it feels like it's just gripping. I'm working with dementia patients, okay? You have to have great patience, and they vary by a huge spectrum. It's an infinite spectrum. I just look at myself when I moved in here. I didn't even know what my pain disorders were. I didn't even know I had autism. I didn't know a lot of things, but another spasm. I volunteer there, but I go there to work. I do one-on-ones with people. Whatever. You want to talk about whatever? I move through and I talk about things with people. I go from floor to floor. When I moved in here, I was an utter wreck. I could barely make it down my hallway. I would be very upset at times, with very severe abdominal pain, untreated. Not enough medication. No hope in life at all. One of my chores that I did before this video was, I have a table there, and it's got really intricate stuff on it, like World War II stuff. Anyways, I don't want to tell you exactly what it is, but it's some pretty cool stuff. And to clean it takes, a lot of focus. To put the things back in place is what I mean. I hated having to do it when I was first in here. Just thinking about having to stay still and do it, I was so restless. Untreated pain. Very serious pain disorders. The most serious ones on the earth. So I walk in, this has been a while now, I've noticed this. I breeze right through it, and I don't even notice. Why? Because I'm so used to working with my hands and doing these types of things. I realize the work that God has done in my life. And all of a sudden, if you don't know about my life, like, I've been through everything. I've experienced every pain there is, every restlessness, every sensations, all those things. You know, it's usually people that tell you first that you've changed. It's God. God has done an amazing work in my life. I pray over people in there. It's amazing. Like, sometimes I surprise myself. You know what? Never have pride. Never have pride. You may see in your head, like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. You know, this person says I'm intelligent. Those are the things that are going to bring you down to death. You know, I have a lower type of bipolar disorder, and it's hard to control my thoughts, okay? I don't talk about it much. It's associated with my autism. It's a cyclical thing, so like hypomanic at times, but I can control it. And those thoughts, like, you know, you're pretty good, you know, like, you get those thoughts. We all have those kinds of thoughts. You can defeat them with God. You can. And become a better person. I think you know exactly what I mean. And there's not a lot of people around like that anymore, I don't think. In any case, it's God who did this. It's God. If you saw where I was before, and if you knew my true story behind what I've been through, you would understand. Miracles. Miracles, not just one, there's quite a few. Pardon me a sec. I have to get out of this picture. I have to make it to the grocery store, so I always have to time, because it takes me a while to eat and let my pain meds kick in and stuff. So I'm going to finish this. I've been working on the third, fourth, and fifth floors for a couple months, and the people really, you know, I'm the only volunteer. Do you know that? The only one. People don't go out and do this anymore, really. I'm sure there are, you know, but for the most part there isn't. Why? Because of electronics and all that type of stuff, but you pray over them, you talk about life, they cry, they laugh. It's go and visit. In Canada, you have to go through a training. It's not hard, but you have to read a lot. It might take you a couple days, and then show you proof of identity and a background check. It's very quick to do. You may not have to do that where you live, and I don't think they should have to do that, but they should have some regulations in place there are people who will take advantage, trust me. Like, there are old people who will say, I'm going to give you all my money because you helped me. That happens. My bank account's full now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. What was I going to say? Today, I came in a situation, so I said I worked third, fourth, and fifth floor. They were the easier patients, or so they said. If you feel confident, go work on the first and second. So I did today. It was a bit worse, but I came across a woman, okay, and her face was all burned. Maybe 85. I didn't expect this. Suddenly came up to me, and I'm not kidding you, like a face out of a horror movie. How would you judge in that moment? Not only that, and I haven't had this since I've been there, just kept following me everywhere and could walk at good speed too, so I couldn't really get away that well. But I, stayed with them. They say, agree with them. It doesn't matter what they're saying. Just agree with them. Make up a story as it goes along. Don't hear anything I'm saying. And I felt a bit freaked out. But I handled it. Part of it was her face. And what I'm saying about this pride and all this type of stuff, and you're coming to the knowledge of the truth and loving Jesus Christ, what if you see Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ looks like that? Remember that. That poor woman. I didn't think that for too long though, but you understand what I mean. It was hard in those first few moments. I'm going to stop the video here. God bless. It's my abdomen and I got to get going. I hope this has edified you in some way. Please watch the video, you men out there and women. It's a lawyer talking and he deals with these people, so you get my point. God bless.